Hey everyone, welcome back to part 3 of Radical Pro series, turning your TI-84 Plus CE calculator into a radical simplifying assistant. If you've been following along, you already have a menu that handles basic simplification, variables under radicals, fractions, and rationalizing, and combining like terms. If you missed parts 1 or 2, links are in the description and pinned in the comment below, so grab those first because you will be building directly upon them today. In this video, we're taking it to the next level of operations on radicals, such as multiplying radicals, dividing radicals, and we'll be rationalizing the denominator on every occurrence, and rationalizing binomial denominators. This is a big one that students hate to do by hand. And we'll include the conjugate multiplication and simplification in this. We'll review the code step by step, and we'll explain how each part works, especially the tricky simplification and conjugate logic. We'll test a bunch of real examples and update the main RADPRO menu so everything lives together nicely. By the end of this video, your TI-84 will handle almost every radical operation you'll see in Algebra 2. No more tedious factoring on paper. Let's get started. Make sure you have the previous programs loaded. If not, pause and grab them from the description. Alright, here we go. Okay, so we're updating the menu portion of the program. Since TI Basic does not allow you to break up long lines, I took the liberty of taking the entire menu here, breaking it apart so it's more easy to read. But when you go to key this in, it all has to be in one long line. Okay. I've added a little splash screen here at the top. If you would like to do so, feel free to do so. If not, you can leave this part out, lines 1 through 6. You can leave those out if you like. So what we've done is we have 3 new programs that we're adding. Multiplying radicals will be the easiest of the 3 programs we're covering today. We're going to be following the format A square root of B times C square root of D. Okay, we're going to be inputting A, B, C, and D. And just like you were probably taught in your math class, what we're going to do is we're going to say 2 times 5 is 10. Here, we're saying A times C, which is we're multiplying the coefficients together. And then we're going to multiply the radicands together. So 12 times 18 is 216. So that's what we're doing here. And then this portion here, we're going to be simplifying the radicals. So we're going to be dividing by the square, like 1 square, 2 squares, 3 square, 4 square. And we want to pull out the largest one without any part left over, or F part. So that's what we're doing in lines 15 through 21. So what essentially is going on then is we're saying at 10, we're finding the largest square that goes into 216, which is, what, 36? 36 times 6 is 216. All right, and we're going to pull out the 6 here. So that'd be 10 times 6 square root 6. Okay, so in the line here, we're multiplying our original number times what we just pulled out. So we pulled out an I. So that will give us the 60. And the part that's remaining over the square root 6 will be the remainder of the radicand. So that would be m. So that's how the multiplication is going to work. So that's just how simple it is. So we're going to multiply the coefficients, multiply the radicands, and then we're going to simplify. And the rest of this is just display logic, where we're trying to print it out. So we know the coefficient that goes in front, which is y. And then we're going to string it all together to an answer like this. All right, so in our calculator, if I go down to multiplying radicals, and let's go ahead and do the example we just showed. So that'd be 2 square root of 12, 5 square root of 18, and it's going to give us a result of 60 square root of 6. Okay, let's try another one. So I press enter, and then number 6, multiplying radicals. Let's try one like 4 square root of 27, 6 square root of 12. So here we get a whole number, 432. So it should have you covered no matter what type of problem that you're multiplying, as long as it's fairly simple. In the next part, we're going to be dividing our radicals. Again, we're going to ask you to enter the information as a square root of b divided by c square root of d. Just like when you're working a problem now, what you want to do is you want to multiply top and bottom by the radical. So what we've done is we've stored the coefficient of a, we stored the coefficient of c, and we multiplied just like we did here. Okay. So the next thing we need to do then is, once we have this information, let's simplify. So that's what we're doing here. We're simplifying by dividing by squares. Let's go ahead and work the problem now. So if I say 5 square root of 7 times square root 2, that gives me 5 square root of 14. Square root of 2 times square root of 2 is 2. 2 times, those are 2. 2 times 3 is 6. So my answer is 5 square root of 14 over 6. All right, so we have y here. Y, that's going to be the numerator before any reduction. That's going to be our integer. And L is going to be our final denominator. Okay, so final numerator and denominator. We're going to get the greatest common divisor, so we're going to simplify it. So whatever I can simplify it by dividing both sides by g. My u and my z now will be my reduced numerator and my reduced denominator. And now we're just getting everything prepared so we can start displaying the results. Okay, let's go ahead and test this. So number 7, we're dividing radicals. And let's just do the example we just previously done. 5 square root of 7. 3 square root 2. So we get 5 square root 14 divided by 6. What if we have something like square root of 50 divided by the square root of 8? I don't have a coefficient, so I'm just going to put a 1 here. Then 50. I don't have a coefficient, and then square root of 8. So we can get 5 halves. Let's go 6 square root of 18 divided by 4 square root of 50. So we get 9/10. Okay, let's try one more. Say 7 square root 48 divided by 2 square root 75. So the answer is 14/5. And the last problem is where we have the binary denominator. Okay, so we're going to be having an example will be like a number over a radical plus or minus another radical. That's the format I chose to try. So here, things going to be a little different. Okay, so we're going to have our number p will be like this number 1 here. Square root of a will be like this here, plus or minus the square root of b. All right, so this sign here, we're going to do plus or minus. So this will be a plus sign, but when you're doing all this programming, make sure that this is a minus sign, not negative, because we're subtracting. Okay, here, this is going to be a negative sign. What we're going to do is, I'm going to enter a plus or a minus for my sign here. I must take the conjugate of that when I get ready to do my rationalizing. So I'm going to go ahead and say the opposite of the sign. So I'll go ahead and conjugating now. Okay, I'm going to store my new denominator as n. My numerator will be m. Okay, so most of this is going to be on the next page. Okay, so this portion here will be where I was simplifying the square root of a portion. And after I factor everything out, f is going to be my coefficient from the square root of a stuff after all my factoring is done. And then r is going to be my first radicand. After factoring. Here, downward, is where we're taking care of the square root of b. So on the next page, that will end here. So all this will be where I simplify the square root of b. G is going to be my coefficient, again, here. So that's going to be my coefficient from square root of b part. And t is going to be my second radicand. Okay, so if I was working this problem, I basically have it in the format that I need. So I'll multiply both the top and the bottom times square root of 5 minus square root of 3. So the numerator, I would have the square root of 5 minus the square root of 3. Okay, so when I multiply these bottoms here, this and this, I would get 5 minus 3. So that would give me the square root of 5 minus the square root of 3 over 2. So that's essentially what we're doing now. So I'm making a copy of my numerator where I got L here, so where I take my number times the sign times the coefficient. And I'm basically trying to solve for my total numerical coefficient of z. Okay, the rest of this is basically just formatting, trying to get a pretty appearance. And it takes quite a bit because I'm experimenting with trying to put parentheses and trying to group all my numerators and denominators within parentheses for my final result. All right, so to test this, okay, let's do the first one that we were just testing. All right, so it's 1 over the square root of 5 and the square root of 3. Now, I have to hit my plus sign here, okay, because I want them plus. So it gives me square root of 5 minus square root of 3 divided by 2. Okay, let's try something that's moderately difficult, I guess. And then we'll try something a little harder. Let's say 4 in the numerator. And let's say square root 12 and square root 27. And let's add them again. So I get 4 square root 3 divided by 15. Okay, let's do one more. Let's do one with a negative. So 3 square root 50. We're going to say minus square root of 18. I'm going to hit the negative key, not the minus key. So it's going to give me 3 square root 2 divided by 4. So all those are correct. Okay, I didn't want to bore you guys by going over all the little nitpicky details of the program, but I've included the program in the description so you can download it and do with it what you like. But anyway, that wraps up part 3. So you now have a complete RADPRO toolkit in your TI-84 Plus that you can use to simplify squares, cube roots, handle variables, fractions, combine like terms, multiply radicals, simplify products, divide radicals, rationalize, and rationalizing binomial denominators with conjugates. So this should save a lot of time on homework, tests, and even exams. All the new code, as I said earlier, will be in the description and pinned in the comment below. Copy them to like TI Connect CE and send them to your calculator or manually enter it into your calculator. If this series helps, then hey, let me know. Please hit the like button, subscribe for more calculating program tips, and turn the bell on so you don't miss future updates. In the comments, tell me, which new feature are you most excited to try, multiply, divide, or binomial rationalizing? Any other radical operations you would like to see added? And thanks so much for watching the whole series. You now have a serious, powerful custom tool that you can use in your math classes. Thank you. Goodbye.